Another week, another pair of fierce battles set to play out as supertri's American start to 2024 continues here in Chicago. The Windy City welcoming the world's top short course series for the first time as part of the iconic Chicago Triathlon, the USA's largest short course triathlon and one of the triathlon majors. We are fresh off two incredible races in Boston. It's time to go again. Let's take a look at the women's start list for this one, and it is a packed one as well. Look out for Jeanne Lehair, who had a fantastic race last time around. She is your series leader. Victoria Lopez, the great swimmer. Crown Racing, Cassandra Beaugrand finished 8th. She needs a better showing this time, but Georgia Taylor-Brown and Kate Wolf are on the podium. For Brownlee Racing, watch out for Beth Potter. She headed back to the UK to go to the Taylor Swift concert. She is back. Let's hope she shook off her last effort, which wasn't quite so good. And for Stars and Stripes at home, watch out for Taylor Spivey. She came 4th last time out.
Jeanne, well, you're back to your super tri very best with the victory last weekend in Boston. How are you feeling ahead of the race here in Chicago today?
Yeah, it was really nice, but I just know that now the girls are really like seeing me in the corner and will make the race really hard to not let me win a second time in a row.
Who are you going to be looking out for here most in terms of rivals?
Oh my God, I think a bit everyone, but Georgia and Kate again, and Cassandra probably as well.
So, let's get it underway. Round 2 here in Chicago.
On your marks!
Clean start and a good start from the middle. Could have been Jess Fulliger or Liv Matthias as they head through the chop. 3 or 4 hours ago, absolute lake it was, Lake Michigan. Glassy and clean, and as always, around lunchtime, in comes the wind and off goes Victoria Lopez at the front in the white of Podium Racing. There is closest to you that long, languid stroke of the French woman, the Olympic champion, Cassandra Beaugrand, and in the middle, one of the Brownlee athletes in the blue as we welcome into commentary. And straight back from transition, it's nice to be here in the shade, no doubt. Annie Emerson, it's pretty warm out there.
It's an absolute scorcher, it really is, and this race is going to get really interesting.
There's a line where we'll pick up the points, so up to 4 points can go to the team's total, 4, 2 and 1 for the first 3 athletes across, but then the short shoot comes after transition because transition is such an important part of this racing. So we'll see who is who once they come out the water, and it is Lopez who heads up first, and I think it's Casper, is it?
Kirsten Casper next out, yeah. Cassandra Beaugrand out in 3rd place for Crown Racing as well, as they all come out really in a pretty big group. But Victoria Lopez there, she's got work to do. She needs to grab a bike and a helmet and get across that line first if she's to pick up those vital points for her team.
Well, it is. The points are already done. The short shoot is the question, and it goes to Stars and Stripes. Casper's out first, and she puts what was a disappointing race in Boston in her home city behind her. And all the athletes are starting to come around that corner before mounting. It was a better mount from Beaugrand. 3 Brits on the front in this second of 9 legs. You can see lit up at the bottom. The first swim is done, and the short shoot handed to Stars and Stripes Racing for use in the final run. And now we are on the first bike and the second of 3 laps, and down in the hoods goes Jess Fulliger as Olivia Matthias tucks in behind Georgia Taylor-Brown with Kirsten Casper back at the front of the racing, which we love to see as well, has been a contender in years past. And down the ramp they go again onto the lower level, pushing really, really hard, and it is strung out in single file.
Transition is just so important. Kirsten Casper, though, having a great day. A couple of podium athletes up there as well. Podium Racing, Jessica Fulliger, Olivia Matthias, both having really strong results last weekend. Cassandra Beaugrand as well tucked in there, so good news for Crown Racing.
All right, Matthias and Fulliger just stuck together like glue so far in this season of Super Tri. And whoever transitions the best and comes out, and it looks like it could be one of the 2 Brownlee athletes are going to come out. Non-Stanford's going to be happy. We're going to see. We didn't see who came across then, and it looked like Matthias ahead of Fulliger. So the second short shoot goes to Brownlee Racing. Those front 3 that's being shut down because behind them, Jeanne Lehair, our race winner from last week. We've got the 2023 World Champion in Beth Potter in the blue, and then in the red with the Bahrain Victorious logo is Cassandra Beaugrand, who is the Olympic gold medalist, probably the fastest runner in the sport. So you've got probably the fastest 3 runners in the sport in 4th, 5th and 6th, and shutting down that gap. We'll get one more lap on the run, and it is hot out there. Group of 4 now, as Taylor-Brown, Potter, Lehair and Beaugrand hit the front, and Matthias has dropped back. Fanny Zelai's in the mix too. We haven't mentioned her, the 16-year-olds. Beaugrand heads out, Taylor-Brown heads out, shoes in the box, through the top of transition, back down, as the 4 of them look to stick together, and Potter will be really keen to make sure she stays on the feet of the stronger swimmers ahead of her. How about the race, though, from Fanny Zelai, the 16-year-old, who shocked us all with that 3rd place in Cersei in supertri E last year at 15 years old. And now she is sitting comfortably in 6th position ahead of Taylor Spivey, the Olympic silver medalist. So she just keeps going in leaps and bounds, does the young Hungarian.
As we can just see now, it's Cassandra Beaugrand who's led out the swim with Georgia Taylor-Brown behind her. Jeanne Lehair is sitting in 3rd place as well. Kirsten Casper, having got eliminated last weekend, is having a stunning race so far on the 2nd leg of this 3-leg race. Swim, bike, run, swim, bike, run, swim, bike, run.
Little hesitation there from Beaugrand. Which one is my bike? Anyway, she found it. That's really relatable, that is, to come into transition with your heart rate that high and go, where's my stuff? So it's good to see even the world's very, very best have that same problem, as Taylor-Brown, Beaugrand, Lehair are your top 3, and Kathia Scher is eliminated. Matthias and Fulliger continue to drive this pack from the front. So in there we've got 3 Brownlee athletes, we've got 2 podium racing athletes, we've got a couple of crown racing athletes, and we've got 2 Stars and Stripes athletes. So pretty even across that group of 9. Taylor-Brown, Jess Fulliger, Liv Matthias, Jeanne Lehair, Taylor Spivey, Cassandra Beaugrand, Kirsten Casper, Beth Potter, and Fanny Zelai. So we are past the halfway mark of this incredible race here in Chicago, and we have a group of 9 at the front. Matthias and Fulliger together. They head out first. Very good transition as well from Lehair. All of the contenders are in there. Taylor Spivey tucked in. She will be so determined to find a podium. She finishes 4th more than any other athlete in this field.
And I said to her before the race started, I said, come on, this is a good race for you, because she's always very apprehensive and nervous before racing, but she's showing us now that this course really suits her. She goes so well in the heat, which is absolutely crucial here today. It's 31 degrees plus, it's windy, it's humid. You can't get much tougher conditions than this, Will. You really can't.
Because they head into the water for the final time, and it's Potter off the front, who takes the little diving board out, and we've seen Taylor Spivey. I guess if you can only go one wide here, so it was Zelai who was a bit slower off there, as Fulliger tries desperately to catch up to the group. Last swim of the day, and the toughest part of the last swim of the day, which is the last 100 metres back into shore before the final bike and run, and all 3 of the short shoot winners are in the top 5. Well, they were when they went into the water. Matthias doing her manager proud and honouring the short shoot. Leads out of the water from Spivey and Potter as well. 2 Brownlee athletes in the top 3, and non-Stanford there in your shot. And here they come around for the last bike of the day. We are at 8th of 9 legs. You can see it's going to light up in just a second when they head out onto the bike. And then the final run to the flag, as Taylor Spivey puts her head down and decides that she is going to try and split this pack up. Taylor-Brown having trouble getting her feet in the shoes, and now she's got a little bit of a gap. And
do you know what? This is brave racing for her, because she knows that come the final run, if she's with GTB and if she's with Potter and Cassandra Beaugrand and Jeanne Lehair, then she's going to get 5th place. And she's a strong cyclist, technically really good. So the only way she can really break them is on this bike course. Olivia Matthias from Brownlee Racing has gone with her, and this is, I think, going to break up the pack here now.
Well, you can see the gap back now. There's a big gap back between 4th and the rest. So, short shoot to be taken by Matthias and Spivey. They both take it. There they go. And you reckon that's, 3-4 seconds gap now. And Spivey will be desperate to not come 4th in this one. The others will be desperate equally to make it an all-British podium with potentially 2 Brownlee athletes. as Taylor-Brown moves to the front and Spivey tucks in behind. Matthias is having the race of her career. She's had some great ones, but to sit in between Taylor-Brown and Spivey is a great effort from Liv Matthias, as Beaugrand is stalking them after 8th last week. A disappointing result by her own incredibly lofty standards. And Kate Woff joins the list of eliminated athletes now. 6 of the 16 are not going to make it to the end of this race. And what a run it has been from Cassandra Beaugrand, who has left Jeanne Lehair and Beth Potter behind and moved up into 3rd position ahead of Liv Matthias. And it'll be sad for Liv Matthias if she gets run down by those behind her, or equally doesn't end up on the podium, because she's had such a great race. Meanwhile, Georgia Taylor-Brown and Cassandra Beaugrand make it a crown 1-2 with 800 metres to go, and Crown has come from nowhere with the more fancy teams. And no short shoots left, just a straight shoot to the finish.
Oh, this is a good run from Georgia Taylor-Brown. I noticed she just glanced over her shoulder a second or two ago. That's also always a bit of a telltale sign that an athlete is getting tired. And it looks like Cassandra Beaugrand has just picked up the pace a little bit. They've got, what, around about 400-500 metres to go, and it's got to be the fastest of Georgia Taylor-Brown if she's going to stay away from the Olympic champion, because she's picked up the pace, and it looks to me like she's really starting to work it now.
Georgia Taylor-Brown, one of the great triathletes of modern times, 3 times an Olympic medalist, twice a supertri champion, makes the turn she's made so many times before in the front. And for crowd racing, it's going to be Georgia Taylor-Brown, and it's going to be a 1-2 for those in red, with Cassandra Beaugrand improving on her 8th to pick up 2nd. Taylor-Brown heading into the lead of the championship, and Taylor Spivey taking 1 step up onto the podium in 3rd at home.
It's really nice to be back on top. Yeah, I forgot what it's like to lift the tape. It's a nice feeling, but it's so hot out here. So all the girls did incredible, and yeah, just boys, be very careful.
Wow, what a race that was, and what a finish in the end for Crown Racing. Georgia Taylor-Brown, too strong. So she finished 2nd. She adds a full 15 in Chicago. She's got a 3-point gap then to Jeanne Lehair, who finished in the top 5 still. Taylor Spivey's podium pulls her into 3rd position overall. Cassandra Beaugrand goes from 8th all the way up to 4th. And once again, Liv Matthias and Jess Fulliger are stuck together, 5th and 6th overall. Beth Potter and Alice Beto round out the top 10. As she has done so many times before, Georgia Taylor-Brown stands on the top step, and I think in her 4th overall win and 11th podium overall. 1-2 it is for Crown Racing, with Cassandra Beaugrand, and Taylor Spivey at home finishes in 3rd.